Look what I discovered. Look at this little guy. In my garbage, or in my bucket. I shouldn't say garbage bucket. This is a bucket for leaves and brush and stuff. How in hell did you get in here? Need a wheelbarrow? Maybe he jumped in there? I don't know what would make him go in there. You're quite cute, I'll give you that much. So, I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to take him for a drive and dump him off somewhere. And he will live. So, I guess I better... So I guess I better do it soon. It's really hot today and he's not going to survive in this bucket in this heat. I know just a spot to bring him and dump him. It's not very far from my house, but far enough that he won't be back again. I'll bring my camera. There's some wetlands. Maybe we'll see some wildlife on the way back. The temperature outside today is 28 degrees, but feels like 34. So it's quite humid today. It's very, very hot. Considering last week was like barely above zero. Strange weather. We had days where it was like +3, +4. And now it's hot and humid. Strange weather. So I will bring everyone along with me when I go and release this guy. We'll make a short little video out of releasing a mouse, relocating a mouse. Most people would kill these things, but I only kill them when they're killed in a trap. If ever I catch a live one, I take it for a drive and release it somewhere else. You have to at least give them a chance. After all, they're a living creature just trying to live. Can you see him through the brush there? He is fishing for lunch. See if I can zoom in closer. It's gonna get shaky. There he is. So I'm gonna go a little closer. There's his head. Look at the beak on him. And it's focusing on other branches. Probably the best I'm gonna do. There he's moving. God, I wish I brought my tripod. I was gonna bring it, and I didn't. I don't see these guys behind my house because there isn't enough water. They like the water and they like fish. Hopefully this footage is gonna be okay. Hopefully this is good enough footage. I've got to get moving. The black flies are starting to bite me. GoPro, stop recording. Let me know. I just saved this ungrateful turtle from getting run over on the road. He's a good sized snapping turtle. Stay off the road. So that was a very ungrateful turtle I saved off the road. He was not impressed by me shoving him off to the side of the road. But I had to do it. I feel bad for disturbing them and putting them in distress, but if they stay on the road, they're gonna get hit by a car. My road this time of year is very busy with cottagers and they speed up and down the road. They don't seem to be too concerned that they're towing a trailer or an RV or... That's the second turtle I've saved off the road this year so far. And there's a tick, you motherfucker. I gotta kill you, you bastard. As you can hear, that's quite sharp. I thought I would share the technique I use for sharpening any kind of shears or clippers. So generally you have like a flat edge on one side of the shear. So I always take the stone and just rub it flush on this flat edge. That immediately gives you a nice sharp edge all on its own. And then on the other side, the beveled side, I will run this carbide tip over it. And you just want to, like, I'm trying to do this and film at the same time, but you need two hands for this. But you basically just skate along the edge of this carbide tip. Not too much pressure. And there you have it. It's as easy as that for sharpening clippers or shears. There's no need to touch this other than to clean it. Put some oil on it. And when you're finished and when you store this, just make sure you dry the water off of it and put a little bit of oil on it and stick them back in the shed for next time. I've always been quite good at sharpening tools. There's nothing worse than having a dull, blunt tool. It just makes doing anything difficult and sloppy. These carbide tips, this particular one I bought at Canadian Tire. At the time they were $7.99 Canadian. I have no idea what they charge now for them, but they work good. They last forever because they have that carbide tip. And Home Hardware also sells a version of this. It looks a little bit different, but it's the same tool. Around the same money. It's a great thing. You can use it on knives, anything with a bevel. I don't use it on my knives or my axes. Mostly just on my shears. And when you're finished, just put a little bit of oil on it. Flip it over. Do not cut your finger, says the guy that occasionally does cut his finger. So yeah, just put some oil on the blade when you store it in the shed. Wipe the excess off, and you're good for next time. Next time you want to use the tool, it will be sharp, easy to use. There's no need to start grinding the shit out of the blade or filing the shit out of it. That's not necessary. More work is required if you do end up putting a nick in the blade. But if you don't abuse the tool, use the tool for what it's meant to be used for, you won't get nicks in the blade, and then you just need minimal sharpening, touching up every now and then. And these two tools do that job perfectly well. Perfectly well, is that a word? This little oil can, this vintage oil can, you might have noticed the oil's dark. This is just purely used for all my tools, oiling them so they don't rust. So I put used motor oil in that can. It's a good way of using up your used motor oil after oil changes. Use it for rust prevention. This is my little sharpening kit. I have a lot of different tools for sharpening different blades and axes and such, but this is one of my kits that I put together. Really fine sandpaper can be used on blades as well. Kind of polishes the blade. Has to be very fine, like this emery paper. I call it emery paper, but I think it's like 1200 grit white sandpaper. And it's been well used. It's almost to the point of throwing it out. But it'll put a nice polish on any of your blades. Does anyone else collect these vintage oil cans? I really like them. I have a few of them. And I find them for a good price. I scoop them up and I squirrel them away, hoard them away. I'm fascinated with them. They work really well for oiling different things, storing oil. They're just perfect.